Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 9 Japanese destroyer Kagero. It has 6 main guns on 3 turrets, 8 torpedoes, 19 AA guns, and it has a top speed of 35 knots. We are on the map Fault Line. I spawned in on the west side, and I'm headed towards A. I've got a Kitakami, and I've got a battleship as a backup. Otherwise, every single player on my team is on the east side of the map. So, defensive is the way of the game. The Kagero is running with the rudder shift time. It also has the improved torpedo cooldown. Now, to get this, I am sacrificing the stability of the torpedoes. If I take damage, there's a 50% chance that the torpedoes will be critically struck, and I will have to wait, the 20 seconds for them to be repaired. So it's a risk reward, but I'm having something like 15 or 20 seconds off of my normal torpedo reload time. I think that's worth the risk, especially as a Japanese destroyer where your torpedoes literally can hit anything on the map. So an enemy Ibuki decides to show up. I don't know if this Ibuki is interested in killing me, but notice that A is no longer moving towards a cap. There is an enemy ship sitting in the capture point, somewhere behind an island. I am unable to move forward with that Ibuki right there, so my next course of action is to move out of the cap and have a better attack path where I can see the enemies and decide what the strategy should be. So I move away. Kitakami was helping me out, but as I move away, he's basically doing the same. The enemy is capturing B, we are capturing C, and it looks like friendly carrier is harassing their carrier. So it's a stalemate. We're going to have C, they're going to have B, and I'm going to lose control over A. Perhaps they will capture A. I don't know. All I know is there's an Ibuki, and it looks like a lot of the enemy battleships are moving to the west side of the map. So we are outnumbered and outgunned. We need to play defensively. Yep, definitely a ship on A, and definitely somewhere around an island. I was maneuvering away with the island in the way to screen my movement and to also try and consider if I can use a torpedo. And you just saw it. Enemy destroyer. How dare you? So this Ibuki sees me for half a second, fires, misses completely, and the detection range is something along 7 kilometers, but the enemy destroyer is much closer than 7 kilometers, as you can see. So I send out a wide spread on the Ibuki, and he returns the favor by taking out my main front gun. So now I'm doing 60% of the damage I could normally do. But I'm able to land a shot on the enemy Fletcher. His torpedoes will be ineffective, but he is causing me to have to maneuver away. And I was considering a narrow spread, but I noticed that the Ibuki is turning. So it wouldn't have been effective at all. It would have been a waste of a spread. And we're able to critically damage one of his front guns, so he only has access to 2 of them. And notice that the turrets are turning. A weakness of Japanese cruisers is the turret rotation in comparison to American cruisers. And you see the splashes? That Ibuki just let go torpedoes. And he's still rotating the guns. Still rotating the guns. You gotta take advantage of this. One thing you can do as a destroyer is you can set up a torpedo attack that will make them turn hard, 90 degrees. That way, they will have to turn their turrets to the other side of the ship if they want to attack you. So one strategy could be aim at them and forward of them, make them commit to turning. That way the guns cannot fire on you, you can fire on them. And he had to turn completely 180, and now the Kitakami's torpedoes look like they're going to make contact with the hull. Oh no, he's actually able to dodge all those torpedoes! But he took a big shot from the battleship, I believe. Big Citadel shot. And I'm trying to help finish him off. The battleship has a long cooldown on the main guns. And for some reason he stops. So I miss with my salvo. And he's just stalled. And I land 2 shots, but somehow they don't do any damage. Whoa. Someone's fired on me from the west side, and I have no vision of this person. But we were able to help destroy the Ibuki. Now we only have the Fletcher to worry about. And the Fletcher, of course, takes out steering. But damage control, able to repair. It'll be back soon. One of my turrets are destroyed. Well, critically damaged, so I'll have to come back up. I send a widespread in the area between the 2 islands. He's going to cross that path. Perhaps I'll have success. Maybe he'll underestimate me. Maybe the smoke will blind him of the incoming attack. That was a thought process. Unfortunately, I believe that's the dead Ibuki cruiser scout plane that's still up, and he gives my position away along with the Kitakami, who just popped his smoke. But we're able to still...
Enemy destroyer foundered.
Oh yes, we got that Fletcher. Oh, didn't get to see it, but it's almost as rewarding to see just the dead screen pop up. So, both of the enemies that were initially causing an issue at A are defeated. The enemy battleships and a enemy cruiser has decided to push up the 3-4 line. Much like my Fletcher video, the South Spawn tends to want to push up the 3-4 line. Maybe they feel like A is too busy with islands. Either way, I see this, and they see me because it's a scout plane, trying to kill it before it gets away, but my plan is to get in close, ambush, and attack one of the battleships with my torpedoes. My torpedoes have a very high rate of speed. Range is not an issue here, but the extra speed will allow me to send out a torpedo wave that is almost impossible to avoid.
Smoke generator started.
So we see that this enemy battleship is sailing right up against an island. This Colorado is giving himself no option other than to slow down and to pull a hard starboard turn. But by the time he sees what's going on, he can't react in time. He slowed down a little bit, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4 torpedoes hit, and boom! That Colorado is defeated. The friendly Kitakami sends out his torpedoes trying to take out the enemy cruiser. But it looks like he didn't lead quite as well as he needed to, and the Cleveland is going to avoid those torpedo spread. But now it's me and the Kitakami. Kitakami's got awful guns, so I need to help out. I actually probably do more DPS with my guns than the Kitakami against a Cleveland. So every salvo you can see we're doing 2.2 damage. That's pretty good. Cleveland's got something like 30k health. So keep up the rate of fire, we'll be able to defeat him. And with the increased cooldown reduction, I will have the ability to use my torpedoes again much faster than I would have without that module. The cooldown reduction for torpedoes is only available to tier 9 and 10. And it is pretty noticeable. Ooh, he does a good shot, and he takes out my engine, does damage to my torpedo. I have to use damage control. So I'm keeping my butt at him. My front gun is dead, so I only need the back to face him. Just keep on firing. Now, it is really just not enough time to really get a good torpedo attack on him. Looks like a friendly carrier is going to drop some torpedoes right on top of him. No time to react. And the enemy cruiser is defeated. We successfully won on fault line. We were able to defend the west side while our large attacking force pushed through and destroyed them. And we were able to do a lot of damage. So, hope you enjoyed this game of the Kagero. A lot of torpedo damage. Really enjoyed torpedoes. I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you guys next time.